Alright, we're going to see if this works. I'm migrating from GitHub and Jenkins to GitLab using their CI stuff. So I spun up a test box called, what's this one? Sorry, oh my god. These are the two that I already have. Here's a new one. And it is this, but it's dead. I killed it on purpose. This is the box that I made here. Right? That name matches this one. And that IP. What I'm going to show you here is in the root directory there's nothing. There's nothing in images. There's nothing in volumes. So if I come into here, come into the GitLab, we just do an edit. Yes, I'm on the master branch, but whatever. I'm just going to make another little comment here. As you can see, it's just a quick, easy, dirty way to make it. I'm having some trouble, and you'll see in a second, but this is just enough to trigger a build. And we'll go to commit. We'll come back. Actually, while it's doing this thing, there are two different stages. The first stage is test, and it's going to run on develop branch and the master branch. And all it does is just echoes a little thing. It doesn't actually do anything. The other one is, this name will come up in just a second, but this is the deploy stage. We're only going to do it on the master branch. So if we do code and develop for some other branch other than master, it'll never come up with this as an option. And I say option in just a second. The script, it just does a bunch of stuff, kind of like Ansible would. And at the very end, I'm not sure exactly what that is, to be totally honest, but manual. I mentioned a minute ago, maybe a minute ago, that this would be an option, and that's why, because it's a manual thing, so it will not automatically deploy. Excuse me. So here you can see the last build, trigger build, the test portion succeeded, which again was just doing an echo and yay, that's it. Now, if we want to, right, we can build that little step. We can input variables, which I'm not implementing at this point, or I'm not utilizing at this point. That's not what I meant. And come into here. So it shows kind of a little, I'm having it suppress the output for readability, but I was doing yum installs for stuff that I need. Activates a virtual environment, does pip install, or upgrades pip, installs Docker Compose, moves some certificates, we'll get to that in a second, and changes the permission, sleeps for 5 seconds. I don't think that actually works. It does a Docker Compose up build, which right now it's not really building. A Docker Compose file is just a straight up pull a static container, which you can see here. Django site 3.14.51. It's not doing a build. I'll change that later so it does. This is just for testing. While it's doing that, you can see nothing's running, but images are coming down. And there's now a builds folder. Within the builds folder, goes out a little ways, I have a bunch of files. One of the files that are all these self-signed certs, and they go into the certs directory. And it failed down below. I'll get to that in just a second. I'm not sure why that fails. The Docker Compose has a dependency. Actually, I'm going to show you real quick. The Docker Compose container, or the web container, depends on IMR Unicorn and adminer. Yeah. So it should start the database first, and then before it even tries to do that. It doesn't seem to be working. I'm not sure why. And if we go to the site, it's going to say pound sand because it's not actually up. Well, it is kind of up. What needs to happen is the database migrations need to happen, and collect static. For whatever reason, while those two commands are in the right here, it doesn't work. So it just shits the bed right there. I'll show you where that's at in the Jenkins file. So there's a little bit left, but it was trying to do migrate and it died. So if it fails to do that, it fails to do the collect static, and this was just me trying to fix it with some other stuff. So come back into here. We do Docker. Actually, I need to activate the virtual environment. Bin activate Docker compose down. Sure, we'll just do it now. But notice they were up, right? Well, Docker says they're up anyway. So now we go to up. Oh shit! Should have been a -D. Oh well, you can see that it's up, and it's not pooping the bed. Whatever. So we'll kill it. Ooh. Just a second. Oh my. So it's not running. Docker goes up. Daemon style. Daemon. Alright, so now it's up. And now we can do. I'm still going to get bad gateway because the migrations are not done. Bad gateway internal error. That's oops, wrong button. And that's because we need to still run the migrations and the collect static. So, not merge request. Oh my god, we can just come back into here and hit replay. Oops, this replay. I'll come back in here. I'm not sure why I have to do that multiple times. That's what I'm getting at. That's one of the things I want to address later. Sooner rather than later, but it's not a big deal right now. Right now, this is what I've done today. Learning Gitlab CI, CD. I didn't have any of this before today. I didn't even have this little dev box. There's all the migrations. There's the import, static files imported. Now it's restarting the containers. And in a second, hooray, it's all done. So now if we go into the pipeline, or CI/CD, everything passed. Yay. If we go to our website, it'll probably give, yeah, we got my little icon. And the reason why it says not secure, even though I have certs, the certs are made for a local dev box that I have. So if I change that to be that IP, it would be fine. Whatever. Anyway, so that's it. And the little drop down works because the drop down has a static file. If this static, if it did not collect the static files, then it wouldn't have a drop down menu. There is no admin user. That's another step I need to be able to add, but that's basically it. I can deploy an updated website. Well, it's still a static website because of the Docker compose file is a I'll show it to you real quick. It's always pulling this one container. I need to have it a little bit more like my Ansible project that I got. Excuse me. The Ansible project is a bit more involved because it pulls the latest tag, not the the word latest. Tag gets updated through the Ansible project updates that file, and then it pushes out. I don't think you can see secrets. Yeah, those are goody. And dev 181. So let me show those real quick. Jenkins. If we go into Django site develop, the latest. Why is that 205? That hasn't been updated in a while. Or I've forgotten how my script works. Let's take a look at the playbook. Install stuff, curl, docker, blah de blah. Installs the release file. Oh, you know what? I bet you it's not actually in here. No, it's in the Jenkins job itself. In the Jenkins job, it does. I thought I almost showed you my password. I did not, because I'm using keys. So there's several steps. It checks out the project. It increments it to the build number, whatever. And then it pushes out the container. It updates the version of Ansible. So to be able to do that, I pull down the Ansible Unicorns project. I'm tagging it stuff. Tagging the product. Or prod, not product, oh my god. Yeah. Kind of schnaz. Anywho, and it's basically the same thing for master. Except the branch is different, obviously. And the version numbering system is different. Yeah. So it echoes that tag into the Ansible configs prod. Oh yeah. And the reason why that's important is because as it goes to play it, it'll automatically pull that. Anywho, so I gotta work those into GitLab. But for now, this is up and going. And the other thing that the Jenkins playbook does is it calls the thing, creates a user with a password, and it passes in the core and password, which are contained in a vault file. So it creates the user without prompting for them, based off of the username, password, and email. And yeah, creates a little user. Nifty, nifty. Alright, anyway, got some stuff to do. Deuces.